18-win season. They won 18-64, 4 years back.
And he says because of that, this game means more to him, not only because it's in New Orleans, but what this team has been through.
A couple of years in Oklahoma City. The economic situation here in the city of New Orleans following Hurricane Katrina. And as Boozer tried to get it back outside, he's called for steps. So the ball back to the East. I mentioned the two finals appearances with the New Jersey Nets. 3 titles as a player with the Lakers. Played 14 years in the NBA. Originally a first-round draft pick of the San Diego Clippers, 4th overall. That was back in 1983. Here comes Paul against the backpedaling Phillips, and Bosch also back to help. Nowitzki played tight by James. Stoudemire with the stuff. A facial served up on, yes, Superman.
Dwight Howard with a little sheepish smile on his face right now. See if he wants the ball back down in the post.
Oh, I think he does.
And in the post, Stoudemire defending on Howard. The rebound comes to Roy. 9.5 remaining in this 4th quarter. Here's Paul with the shovel pass. A beautiful move by Chris Paul to set up Carlos Boozer. 9 points, 10 assists for Chris Paul.
Well, the West is now showing some life here in this 4th quarter. We said if the game was competitive, these guys' juices would start to flow.
And that is deflected out. Last touch by the East.
This guy is so electric in the open floor. It looked like he was going to take a bounce pass and throw it between the legs of Chauncey Billups. He pulled it back, and Amari Stoudemire. See, one thing now, when Amari goes to the basket like that and Shaq's into there, nobody's going to leave Shaq for a little dump-off pass. So he's going to have some avenues to go to that basket here in the last 30 games for Phoenix.
Tim Duncan has come on for Carlos Boozer. Been playing very well. Nice move by Paul. Boozer leads with 14 and 10, and here's the West within 5.
I think Chris Paul might be making an MVP run here if his team can pull this game out.
Well, the man with the ball right here has led the West so far all game. Let's see if he's going to find an answer for the East.
It's an 8-0 run for the West. Foul is called by Stoudemire, and a timeout taken. Pretty pass from Paul, and Boozer lays it home. Well, we've been talking about this, and voting is now open for the All-Star Game MVP. Enter to win a trip for 2 to the 2008 NBA Finals. Just log on to NBA.com or text the player's last name to 38657. Standard text messaging rates do apply.
Like how you have your cell phone in your hand and
I'm ready.
You wanted to be one of the first texters. That's very nice there, Marvelous.
But as always, I am undecided. 3 minutes, 20 seconds in to the 4th quarter. And the East lead has been cut to 5. They've led by as many as 16. Shot clock down to 2, down to 1. And
has that ever happened?
It is a violation, yes.
The 24-second violation in an exhibition All-Star game?
I thought he got an extra second also.
He did.
Yeah, I was waiting for the official whistle.
Well, Marv, this is what we talked about. The game is on now. A little over 8 minutes to go. It's a 5-point game, and now the competitiveness is going to start to rise.
A game that has certainly had its flurries, particularly back in the 2nd quarter. Here is Duncan giving it up. Stoudemire again, with Dwight Howard in the area.
Are you trying to come up with a WWF between Dwight Howard and Amari Stoudemire?
It's a 10-0 run, stopped by that long-range jumper by LeBron James. It's a 2. He had a foot on the line.
Now look how big this lineup is now for the West. Amari Stoudemire playing small forward with Duncan and Nowitzki.
And here's Dirk for 3.
Now it's going to be fun.
Well, I'm going to tell you one person. I'm looking at Kobe Bryant's expressions over there on the bench right now, and he is itching to be a part of this game.
Here's Billups from downtown. Bosch able to keep it alive and lost it. Paul took it away. Paul with the lob, and Roy connects. The game is tied at 110. Rip Hamilton of the Pistons. Finding Chris Bosh of the Raptors. He's rejected. Roy up with it. Tough pass to handle. Threw it at the feet of Paul, and it is deflected out of bounds. Last touch by the East.
Chris Paul in the open court getting it done. Brandon Roy doing a good job of running the lanes right here. They've gone to somewhat of their small lineup, the West squad, led by Chris Paul.
Well, they're going to a big lineup, Reg. You got Amari out there with Duncan and Nowitzki. The East has gone small. Now they've got Rip Hamilton, Chauncey Billups, LeBron James, and Jason Kidd. So they have 4 guards and Dwight Howard. So now the West is gigantic on that front line.
And Kidd trying to defend on Nowitzki, who spins around him and scores, and the West has the lead for the first time tonight. Billups over Nowitzki.
I can hear George Blaha right now, Mr. Big Shot, 4th quarter.
George, the voice of the Detroit Pistons. He was saying he's turning down the sound and calling the game.
Exactly. He right now is just working on his own game at home.
Nowitzki to the fade. Duncan able to keep it alive. Duncan banks it home.
When you look at the size of the West right now, they are going to try to pound the ball down low to their big guys.
Billups for 3. And Stoudemire able to get to it. 6 minutes remaining in this 4th quarter. Paul drives the lane. Rebounded by Howard. Billups trying to put a move on Stoudemire. You see Stoudemire talking to him about it. James guarded by Paul. Shot clock to 5. James for 3 and air ball. Well, the crowd enjoyed that. A little conversation between LeBron James and Chris Paul. Coming up on 5.5 remaining in the 4th. The West up by 2.
Why you come to the side? I think you throw on the side. My bad.
Hey, what shows you got on your feet, Eddie? Hey, you talk air tars.
Let's go with that. Good pass, boy. And 1. There we go. Let's go. Oh, we're going to wiggle on him. Good pass, boy. There we go.
He hit you? Elbow me. Bench like back in my mouth.